Hello, everyone. Welcome to Career Chronicles. This is Aishwarya. Today, we have Patrick, who is working in Bosch. So, we'll get to know about his journey, well, some tips and strategies in order to get into Bosch. So, before that, how are you, Patrick?
It's a great day. I think I'm doing great. And thanks for the invitation. Thanks for inviting. Hope you're well too.
Good, great. So, I hope we can just start up with an introduction. You can just tell me about yourself and then we'll start over. Yeah.
So my name is Patrick, and I'm a senior software developer at Bosch. I also take care of full stack, especially too. And if you to start off, I'm from a small district called Kanyakumari in southernmost tip of Tamil Nadu, and I did my college undergraduation in Jansen's in Coimbatore and post graduation in masters in information technology in PG Tech. So after that, yeah, I think that's the gist of how my education background was, and yeah, that's pretty
Cool.
much my education.
Yeah, that's great. So, how did you land into this job in a kind of specific manner, maybe?
Specific one.
Yeah.
Okay, the thing is that it's not about landing in a job. It's about like you know you try to acquire certain amount of traits on your journey. Life of an engineer, as per se, like whenever people uh, bring this word engineering is not a great thing. Engineering is like gone and stuff. I always wonder, what did you acquire through the journey? You have acquired certain traits, and a particular company, when they come to you, or like when you stand in front of a person in the interview, and they experience that traits in you, definitely they
Exactly.
will pull you in. So if you ask my journey, I was like during my undergraduation days, I was like fiddling around with all lot of technology, trying out stuff like C, C++. I was a biomax student, so you
Um,
would know my journey of computer programming in that lens. And I had a wonderful, guide to guide me. His name was Miles Sundram, sir. He was my principal at Janssen.
Great.
So he is my personal mentor too. So he's the one who taught me computer programming, and he himself was a mechanical faculty. Okay, mechanical
Awesome.
person. So I was wondering, there's nothing, Greek and Latin behind programming. It's just mathematics and logics in a different, syntaxes vary, but it's going to be the same thing here and there. And it kind of intrigued me. I started learning this. I fiddled around with hardware, software, programs, and stuff. It interested me a lot. Things which interest you will always pull you. So that's how the
Yeah.
whole journey started. And I started acquiring certain traits. Down the lane, that's how when the interview started, I started exhibiting all the traits which was acquired for that amount of time. So for me, undergrad and postgrad is almost like 6 months. I mean, 6 years of time.
Yes. Yeah.
So those things, that's how I landed here.
Cool. So you got this through your campus, or like you just got this through your off-campus part?
So this is my the placement was through campus placement. It was a conditional placement, so it's like you would be provided an internship initially. This is mostly for the master grad students, like not for the undergrad, but for the post grad students, it's like this. For undergrad students, it's going to be like you'll have your placement offer plus internship, but here it's like you have your internship converted to placement. So that is how
Okay.
it is. We
Got
would
it.
our first year would be in college, and the second year would be our internship with the company itself, and
Uh-huh.
due with our reviews. That's how the whole thing goes. So yes, it's through placement. It's like yeah.
Yeah, got it. Like, how many rounds you had for this interview? I mean, for your job, basically.
Uh, I had the opening round as usual. So the initial filter round is going to be aptitude and logical reasoning. That happened,
Mm-hmm.
and the second interview was direct one-on-one uh,
Mm-hmm.
with the technical architect. So that is the second, and third was direct HR. So 3 rounds
Okay.
was what happened.
What was your kind of like difficulty level? Was it medium or was it hard, and was it easy for you? Like from your side, basically.
If you would rate it on 1 to 10, where 1 is easy and 10 is hard, I would put it around
Mm,
8.5 to 9.
cool, cool. That's great.
Yeah, so
Like,
that is something.
oh, yeah. So, what are the steps you took for preparing this interview for this in order to crack it? Like, what are the steps you took?
Okay, I think already answered that in a different sense, but I'll try
Yeah.
answering it again. So the thing is that it is not like I prepared specifically for the interview, but
Mm-hmm.
I kind of what do you call that? It was a preparation on the progress. It's like I
Mm.
didn't know that I was preparing for this interview. So we had this papers called advanced data structures. Then you have data mining. Then you have optimization techniques. We had these papers. So all
Mm-hmm.
these things cumulative was my interview.
Okay, got
So,
it. So you didn't
so
really sit and do it in a 1 week. It was a kind of long process that you were taking it. So that's what I'm trying
exactly.
to
So,
explain.
like you cannot excel in 1 week. See, you can learn 10% in 1 week. That is what I can understand. Like we definitely are like we cannot never fool ourselves 1 semester if you didn't understand. I don't know how.
Yeah,
So
got
that
it.
is my preparation. Yeah.
Great. Cool. So did you do any research about the company before applying it or before getting it in the interview part?
Generally, we have something called pre-placement talks,
Mm-hmm.
and we get the whole like in our college. So our seniors will actually give more information, like our previous people, our seniors who were in the company, who went to the company. So all those people started giving insights about the company. What do they look for? What are the various aspects the company works in? So you might be fit to the company, but you might not like the company. So there's a
Yeah.
different sectors altogether. So what happens is all these insights are cumulatively given to the students who are going to prepare. So I was blessed to have such seniors with me, like amazing senior set, and
Great.
so they gave a lot of insight. They were like, "You don't worry, it's going to be fine. You just go
Yeah.
tell what you know. You just come back, and that's it." That's how it
Yeah.
happened, and that's the research I think I had. And moreover, it's provided that we have a lot of knowledge about what the company is even before the company steps in. So that was the research which I had.
Cool. Great. Okay. So did you have any questions for the interviewer during the interview part?
Yeah, I actually had one question, actually two questions I had. One, what would I be working on when I'm selected?
Mm-hmm. Cool.
If you hear it right, it's like if, like, the question was not if I'm selected, the question was
Yeah.
when I'm selected. So
Quite
that
a
is,
confident question, I guess, during that
I,
time. Yeah.
I was pretty fine. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know whether I was in or not, but something told me that it's fine. You have done right.
Yeah.
You have answered the right way, and I like the person in the other side also. He was the architect, so he was such a nice person. He was giving uh, like it's a feedback mechanism, right? So if he doesn't
Yeah.
give the right feedback, he will not have that
We
confidence.
can
So he gave,
understand it. Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Cool.
So
That's great.
that is how the first question was. And the second question was, is there something which would you like in the interview that could have been better? That is my second
Hmm.
question.
Okay.
Two questions.
Cool. Cool. So, what are the required skills for your role? What do you feel? So, these skills are very important in my role. So, what are those skills that you feel that are very important?
Mm,
It can be technical, or maybe it can be a kind of soft skill or something. Anything.
okay. So I was working in two roles. So I can tell you for the recent role which I'm working on. So first thing is you
Mm-hmm.
need to have very good understanding of how web works, whole web 4. I mean, the whole web system,
Mm-hmm.
the infrastructural level of understanding. Those things are
Mm-hmm.
very important. So that is one. Secondly, the soft skill you definitely want to have is understanding. So you, it's all about like you have to understand what the other person will require. You need to understand how the person would experience your solution or like what is intended. So those things are very vital. So understanding is the soft skill you would definitely need. So to understand, you need one important word called empathy. So empathy is like one of the most important soft skill any person anywhere would require. Not only you know
Exactly.
here, whole throughout life you need empathy. If you do not have empathy, you are no matter what skill level you have, if you do not have empathy, it's just that's two. And third most important skill is
Yeah,
your
cool.
will to learn. Today you might be put into one technology. The next day you might be put into some other technology. You must have the will and the desire to learn and adapt to the situations. If you do not possess those things, I don't think job hunting is the right way.
Okay, it can be any role, but we should be ready to learn anything. So that
Yeah,
is the point I believe. Yeah,
you
cool.
can never say I was not interviewed for this. You can never say I didn't know this.
Yeah.
It's constant learning and adaptation. So that is how. So these three things are vital.
So yeah, what is the advice you give to the people who are applying for your company or any company maybe? Like before applying in a company, what are some kind of prerequisites we can say? These things you should do so that you can get into this company, something like that.
I'll tell in general. Okay, it's not specific to
Mm.
the company I work in, or it's not going to be specific to so and so X and Y Z company. It's going to be very general but vital. First thing is you should do a SWOT analysis on yourself: strength, weakness, opportunity.
Yes.
Correct.
Right.
So you should do the SWOT analysis on yourself, and you should understand what's your strength and weakness. I'm not going to say that you're going to find all your strength. I'm not going to say you're going to find all your weakness. At least you'll find one or two.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to do that. Focus on those. Hold on to those like your life depends on it. One. Second, never lie into your resume. Don't.
Never
Never,
fake your
ever.
resume. Okay.
Never, ever lie in your resume. Third, if you're a beginner in something, please don't put that in your resume.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay. It's like you would have just started with, let us say, Android development. Then if you put Android development in resume, and I'm going to ask you about Dalvik case, how do access all those permissions? How do you override certain permissions? And like, if you don't know, then it's gone. So if you're like not beginner level, at least beginner level is acceptable. Some people are like, they just run hello world and they put that language. That is very wrong.
There,
Very
okay.
wrong. So that is there. If it's okay that you know one language or 1 to 2 languages. It's okay that as a fresher, not for experienced people, just specifically for freshers. It's okay that you know only one language or 2 languages, but it's not okay you to never know what it can do. You should know what and all it can do. So if you tell that you're very good at Python, and if you do not know
Yeah.
one or two frameworks in Python, it's just done. So that's what I'm telling. You should not lie. If it's just beginner hello world, never add it in your resume. Okay.
Okay.
And even if it's a small project, if you did it with your whole heart, please put that. Show that
Mm.
you're passionate about something in your resume.
Okay.
Like
Something
I'm
you have
just
did
telling
in.
about the resume. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it should be like you have some passion. You tried it with passion. It can be as simple as an RFID tag entry to your college. It can be very simple. But how passionate
Exactly.
were you? What did you do in it? What were like things you figured out? Implementing that system. What are the heights you went through? Yeah. That is what sets you apart.
Mm.
Sets you apart from people who buy projects and do projects. Okay,
Yeah.
let's be
Got it.
honest here. Like we all know what happens here. So um, I think that's pretty much how it sums up. No matter which company, these are the basic things in your resume. Rest all things,
Mm. Yeah.
if you do all
Exactly.
this, no. If you do all this, someone above will take care of the rest. So that's it.
Cool,
That's all I
cool. That's a good one. Yeah. So, last question, maybe. So, what tips do you have for other job seekers and especially people who are just starting out, like freshers, I can say? So, those people will have this kind of emotional trauma, or something, because that is their first interview. They'll have all kind of questions, nervous. They really don't know how to take or project themselves in a perfect manner. For those people, what would be your tip or advice, maybe?
Okay. Mm, So people who are starting new, okay, I can understand. Like it can be daunting. It can be very daunting. You're going and sitting in front of a person who is having 5, 10 years of experience, and those people will in college they have created this mentality that these people will roast you, like tease you, put you in a
Exactly.
skewer, and like,
Yeah.
but it's not like that. That's the other person also is a human. First, understand
Mm.
that other person also human. He's not there to roast you. He's there
Yeah.
to hire you. If you possess the traits that the company needs, he's going to hire you. Okay,
Yeah.
so that is there.
Exactly.
So second thing is that anxiety is common.
Mm.
Nervousness is a common thing. Don't think that you're anxious or you're nervous because you don't know anything.
Mm.
Okay, there are certain categories, but leaving the outliers aside, it's not like you never heard even one subject in your class. Somewhere
Mm.
down the lane, you would have heard something in the class. You would have heard like round robin techniques. You would have heard about linked list. You would have heard about trees, maps, graphs, and those things. You would have heard somewhere.
Yeah.
You would have prepared definitely. It's okay. It's okay that you don't know in your first interview. It's okay that you're gonna try it, but it's not okay you give in to it.
Mm.
Okay,
Exactly. Yeah.
so that is the difference. I love this. There is a saying in this movie by War. Like in this movie called War, Hrithik Roshan tells to this little girl, if you give your full, right, it's not like you won or lost. If you give your full effort, that's enough. Just remember, you give your full effort. It's just a process. It's okay. So what? Not everyone gets cracks the first interview. Not everyone gets it in the right in the first try. Okay. I was a person who does I was like when I joined college initially, I was not able to understand the simple C program of running Hello World. I was like when my friend was typing, I was like, whoa, these guys are typing crazy stuff just for Hello World. So I was running through errors. I didn't understand that there was something called semicolon. I was like, okay, it was pretty new to me the whole thing. My first year of college.
Mm.
It's gonna happen. Everything you're gonna learn. And trust me, you will never know anything before you get into the company. So whatever you know in your resume, as I said, don't lie in your resume, own your resume. You should own it. If you're going to give your resume, and if I'm going to tell anything in your resume, you should know that I know that. That's it. If all these things are done, it's done. And for anxious and nervous people, it's okay to be anxious, it's okay to be nervous. There's always a beautiful tomorrow. Yeah.
Good. Great. Oh, you have answered all my questions, and it was very specific and perfect. And I loved your energy and positivity, to be frank.
Thank
And
you.
thank you so much.